All right, ankle dorsiflexion, PAILs, rails. Just gonna go over this real quick. Fairly simple process. You can do this on a bench. I prefer doing this on the bench for multiple reasons. You can also do this in what's called combat position, which I'll show you afterwards on the ground here. But I prefer a bench because when you have a bench, you have more freedom to move and find the vector and also use the bench as a tool to gain leverage in order to get that stretch on the back of the leg here, right? So, super simple. Placing the foot on the bench, leaning in, placing your back leg in whatever level feels good for you to where you feel stable. Start by driving your knee over the second toe, and if you don't, or over the big toe, over the middle toe, over the outer toe, and just kind of play with the vectors to see where you feel the deepest stretch. And for most people, that's over the second toe, right? You can grab underneath the bench or not, whatever feels good for you. And then if you are grabbing underneath the bench, you can kind of pull yourself in to close the angle between foot and shin, right? Hanging out here passively for 1 to 2 minutes. PAILs rails, 10%, so PAILs, 10%, 20%, 100% effort is driving the foot down, gas pedaling, trying to drive it through the bench for 100% effort, maintaining that 100% effort for 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rails is all of this top of foot, front of leg stuff, all of the musculature and tissue here, squeezing together, trying to pull that foot off the bench while simultaneously leaning forward, that knee over the toes forward even more, squeezing as hard as you can for 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, pulling yourself deeper into a passive stretch. So again, get yourself into position, hold it for 1 to 2 minutes, ideally 2 minutes. PAILs, gas pedal down through the bench as hard as you can, ramping up to 100% effort. Rails, pulling the foot, or trying to pull the foot off the bench, trying to close the gap between foot and shin at 100% effort for 15 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and relax. That is on a bench. If you don't have access to a bench or you want to play around with a different position, you can go into what's called, I believe, combat pose, combat position. And essentially, or like say you're at a park and you just want to do this because you're feeling motivated to do so, whatever the situation may be, you can come down on top of that opposite shin and you're essentially in a very closed position. And then you're leaning in, knee over second toe, trying to find that stretch on the Achilles back of the leg. And this is something that people enjoy doing. I do feel a stretch in the back of my leg. However, I just feel like I have way more control when I'm on top of the bench. But again, lean on in, find that stretch in the back of the leg if you do. Gas pedal down, PAILs, pull up, rails, switch sides.